I now recognize Dr. Tabak to give an opening statement.
Thank you, Chairman Westrup, Ranking Member Ruiz, and distinguished members of the subcommittee. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today to discuss the critical role NIH plays in supporting research necessary for preventing infectious disease outbreaks and preparing for the next public health threat. We are here today because of our shared belief that taking stock of the lessons learned during the recent pandemic needs to happen sooner rather than later. While far too many lives were lost, we are proud of the research communities and brave research volunteers who participated in NIH-supported research that delivered a vaccine, diagnostic tests for home use, and a treatment, all in under a year, 3 remarkable feats. It is fair to say that many thousands of additional people would have died were it not for the public's investment in NIH-supported research. But more work is needed to prepare for future threats, and it is essential to leverage what we've learned from the COVID-19 pandemic. To maximize our readiness for future pandemics, NIH must better coordinate its key assets, such as research and trial networks, as well as standardized platforms to rapidly evaluate the efficacy of diagnostic tests. To ensure that we can evaluate the broadest range of potential interventions, meaningful collaboration across the USG, industry, academia, and the public must be forged now. Plans must be put into place to assess potential interventions for their value to all communities of our nation. It is not currently feasible to characterize and develop countermeasures for all circulating viruses around the globe. Therefore, the NIH, led by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, has developed a pandemic preparedness plan that prioritizes development of medical countermeasures for representative viruses from each of 9 virus families. The knowledge gained will not only provide ready potential prevention and treatment strategies for the many different viral variants that could emerge, but also the framework for a rapid research and product development response to other viruses within each family in the event of an outbreak. In addition, by standardizing reagents, models, and data outputs, NIH's coordinated research networks will be able to more easily share results and collaborate quickly to enhance research efforts. We must also continue to invest in the development of methods for detecting transmission of virus that can be deployed in communities equitably and rapidly across the country. NIH is now applying the so-called RADx approach to address a range of health problems, including technologies to reduce the spread of HIV, and developing emergency diagnostics for emerging threats such as avian flu and then the seasonal flu. Finally, NIH knows that we cannot tackle emerging infectious diseases on our own, and we are working in partnerships with others to tackle emerging threats across the globe. One example is Marburg virus disease, a severe and often fatal illness in humans, clinically very similar to Ebola virus disease. Currently, there are no FDA-approved therapeutics or vaccines available. In September of this year, Rwanda reported cases around their country. NIH is working with HHS counterparts and international partners to support research to the ongoing outbreak. NIAID has supported research on candidate therapeutics and vaccines for the disease and has helped make these candidates available in Rwanda to enable patient treatment and vaccination of contacts and healthcare workers. NIH remains committed to supporting these efforts and more to advance pandemic preparedness and enhance international research capacity to respond to infectious disease. Continued success in NIH pandemic preparedness and biodefense efforts is contingent upon sustained congressional support. The President's budget request includes $20 billion in mandatory funding for the Public Health and Social Services Fund, of which $2.69 billion will support NIH's work. We appreciate your attention and support for these efforts. NIH will continue to meet the public health emergency needs by advancing high-priority research for these threats. I thank you for your attention and welcome your questions.